Hello and welcome to the SatonmyButt channel. I've got the S20 body-worn camera for review. Yes, I've got the S20 body-worn camera from GuardianG1. You can find them at guardiang1.co.uk. I have reviewed, I think, most of their body-worn cameras. And I have been very impressed. They're really nice bits of kit. But I'm particularly excited about the S20. I have been using the Z5. I wear a body-worn camera whenever I go out. I'm a wheelchair user. I get grief for various other reasons as well, and I just find it a little bit comforting to have that on me in case something happens. So I've been wearing that, and you can see it is comparable in size. But this has had some changes made to it that I think are just so simple and yet make one hell of a difference. Now then, as I say, size is comparable, and this is 84 by 27 by 56 millimeters, weighs in at a mere 155 grams. The first difference I want to talk about is the docking port on the back. There's the S20, there's the Z5. Now, it is a slightly different size docking port as well, so you will have to use your new clips and mounts, etc. with it, because if you're going from an older camera, it may not fit. So if I slide this crocodile clip into the Z5, and then it's on me there on a chest mount or whatever, to release it, I have got to then get my finger in here. I mean, you can just unclip it, but sometimes you just want to take the camera off, to spring that little bit of metal to release it. It can be a little bit fiddly if you just want to take the camera off itself rather than the mount. What has been solved here, now I've got my mount on the GuardianG1 magnetic mount, which I always use. Chest mounts are great. This is just brilliant. It slides down. Look at that, just simple as that. And so that metal tab is just literally at the top, and it is so quick and easy to drop it out. But once it's in, it's fast on there. It's not going anywhere. That's the first thing I want to talk about. Something so simple as turning the port around, which makes an incredible amount of difference. Get on with it, they say. I'm getting on with it. Not only that, but this camera is more, what's the word? It's more intuitive to use. Now, when you get a camera like this, you get the instructions and you're like, what do these buttons do? You can see the black buttons there, menu buttons on the back, and a button there. And so you're like, on the side, right, what does that do? I want to record. It takes a bit of getting used to, a bit like when you first play a game. You get your game, you pick up your controller, and you just don't know what buttons do what. It takes a while. With the S20, it's immediate. Now that is because power button at the bottom to turn it on, and on it comes. And as you can see on the top, there's an orange button there, and there's an orange button there. If I want to press record, it's recording. Now it can announce a voice saying recording started. I've turned that off. You can also turn off the bleep, the vibration, and the LEDs, etc. Press it again. Stop. It is that simple. And then on the side here, there's an SOS button, and while you're recording, if you press that, it will mark that video. So if there's an incident that happens or something that you want to remember, you click that, boom. When you go on, there it is marked, it will show up. So we've got power, there's a power on, power off, but click it again and the display goes off. It also has an auto off. There's an audio record up from that. Then the button there below this, this says PTT, let's talk about that first, which means press to talk. You're not going to press to talk, but if you press to hold it, you can cycle through the resolutions that this camera will use when taking video, etc. I'm not sure that's quite so usable. It's a bit like, would you want to use that? I don't know. I certainly don't. I set it and go. But if I press and hold the light button, on comes a light. But if I short press it, on comes the infrared LEDs for nighttime use. That again can be on auto. I've got it on manual for the sheer fact that, here's some night footage, I've not even got the infrareds on, and it's in colour, and it's decent quality. So I think it's got to be really, really dark before you switch on those infrareds. You know, if there's street lights around you or lights coming from a business that you're working at for security, you are not going to need it. Just film as is. And then on top, it takes a photo, and it will even do that during recording video. I'm not going to go into too much depth of everything. Go to SatonmyButt.co.uk, look for the post for this there. There'll be a link down on YouTube there, and there will be more details there. But quite quickly, a 3000 milliamp battery can last 13 hours, depending on your settings. On one charge, and a full charge takes 4 hours. H.264 format, I have it in H.265. Sometimes you have to download a free codec onto your computer to get that. You get better recording, better quality, and you get more out of the size of the SD card in there, which is 128 gigabytes, and it will cycle round recording. It will loop unless you've marked a video. Now then, in 1512p, you're going to get 8.5 hours, right down to 13.5 hours on 480p. We're not going to be filming in 480p, are we? Not when we've got a camera like this. And obviously having the infrared on, stuff like that, is going to further decrease that battery life. It's got an ultra 140 degree lens. It's full HD 1440p, 30 frames per second, with a 30 megapixel camera for taking those stills. As I say, press that and it marks the video, but if you hold it, the grandkids love it. I have to hide the camera. Grandkids love it. I don't think it's quite loud enough to act as a deterrent, but I suppose if you're working as a team on the door and you hit that, they are likely to hear it, and someone could go, oh shit, and do a runner. Hopefully they do anyway when they see these cameras. You know, it just, I think, can act as a deterrent for people. Camera. I'm not going to start anything. However, we know what alcohol does to a lot of these people. As I say, clear night vision. I've been so impressed with the night vision on this. Here's some day footage. And, you know, as I say, you're going to have to excuse, it's not steady with me. I'm in a wheelchair, so as I'm pushing my wheels, the camera tends to do that. It looks like I'm riding on a camel. I'm not. I'm just in a wheelchair and just propelling the wheelchair so it does move about. It's going to cost you £229.99. And you can even get it on Amazon. I'll put a link down in the bar there. What an impressive, impressive bit of kit. And I am so impressed with GuardianG1 for making these small changes to this camera that make it just to pick up and use. And so much easier to use. It really does make a massive, massive difference to the use from going to that rather than going, right, here's your camera, familiarise yourself with it. False teeth. You know, to picking up this and going, well, I know how to use it. Recording, as simple as that, or as I say, again on the top there. Cracking camera. Do you know, it's been Christmas. Let me off. Yeah, I'm absolutely exhausted. That is that. Don't forget to like the review if you like this kind of crazy crap. Subscribe to the old channel. I will see you next time. Take care.